Alright, so now it's time for the return of the demo. So what we'll do in this video is we'll look at the outcome of synchronization. We'll see what exactly happened to our iModel and what is the final result. So we'll click on View and Connect. We click on View All Changes. And what we see here is a record of the connectors actually writing into the iModel. So what these are individual chain sets. Now, chain set is a set of changes that a connector makes into an iModel. And the way these connectors port all the data from the design files into the iModel is by a series of these chain sets that are committed through the synchronization process. And you can see both the MicroStation connector and the Revit connector doing their work. And you can also see my name right next to the chain set. This is for if there are multiple people working on the same project, then you can have a sense of accountability. So you can see who made what change, and you can always backtrack any issues to a particular chain set. We can also view a particular chain set to check the state of the model at any point. And we can do that by creating what is called a named version. We give it a name and a description, click create, and that'll generate the view and visualize the model in this state. So I already created a named version for the last change for this synchronization job. I can head on over to named versions, and I can see it right here. I click view. This opens up the model. Let's give it a moment to load. This gives us a list of models in this iModel, which is the MicroStation building and the Revit building. So we can select all, click open iModel, and you can see our building models overlaid on this map together right next to each other. Now you will notice that the buildings are floating in the air. The reason for that is that the map does not have any terrain details right now. So it's currently at sea level. In order to get the terrain details, we can head on over to this button right here. These are the map layers. We can go to settings and enable terrain. And now you can see our model is nicely placed on top of the map. And this right here is the beginning of our digital twin. From here, we can pull this data into any iTwin platform application, create our own custom applications, and start fulfilling our digital twin use case. All right, so at this point, let's rewind things a little bit. So we talked about how these files, the design files, are going to be generated typically in desktop applications. But in order to use the synchronization API, we need to get these files on the cloud and also need somebody to identify these files so we can feed them into the API. So how does that process work? We'll check that out in the next video.